back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the Enneagram. I'll be giving you a brief overview of the Enneagram system as a whole and the 9 types. To my longtime viewers, worry not, the music is not going anywhere. Stick around because later in this video, I'm going to tell you about a brand new series I'm starting that's going to pair music and the Enneagram together. But let's get into it. Without further ado, here is your video. If you don't know me, my name is Sydney Day. It is great to meet you. I make covers and other various content on this channel. I am also a life coach and a podcaster. Go ahead and like this video, please. It really helps a lot. Hit that subscribe button and hit the bell if you want notifications on when I post videos. Really helps a lot and I appreciate the support. So like I mentioned, I'm gonna be starting a brand new series on my channel that is going to be all about music and the Enneagram. But before we dive fully into what that series is going to look like, I need to first tell you what the hell the Enneagram is. So let's do a brief overview. So the Enneagram, what is it? Well, I'm very glad you asked. The Enneagram is an ancient personality typing system, and nobody really knows the origin of it, but what really matters is that it has been adopted in today's world in many different circles. It has become really popular in today's world, and even if you don't know what the Enneagram is, you may have heard of it for that reason. So what differentiates the Enneagram from other personality typing systems, and the reason I love the Enneagram so much is because it's not about behavior, it's about motivation. So it's not what you do, but why you do what you do. The Enneagram is made up of 9 different personality archetypes. Each type is defined by a main motivation. And this motivation is actually broken into a core fear and a core desire. And these fears and desires are what motivates this type's behavior. So listen along here as I describe each of the 9 types very briefly, and maybe you can start to think about what type you might be. Starting with the type 1, this person is called the perfectionist, and they are driven by a core fear of being a bad person, being corrupt or wrong or imperfect. Therefore, their core desire is to be a good person, be correct, and be perfect. The type 2, the helper. These folks are characterized by their main fear of being unloved or unworthy of love. Therefore, their core desire is to be loved and to be desired. Type 3, the achiever. Their core fear is to be worthless, insignificant, or a failure. Therefore, their core desire is to be valuable, to be successful, and to be admired by others. Type 4 is called the individualist, and their core fear is to be without identity or personal significance. Therefore, their core desire is to find their true self and their identity and their significance. Type 5s, the investigators. Their core fear is to be helpless, useless, or incapable. Therefore, their core desire is to be capable and competent, which they do through acquiring knowledge. Type 6, the loyalist. Their core fear is being without support or guidance. So therefore, their core desire then is to have support and guidance and to feel secure. Type 7, the enthusiast. Their core fear is to be deprived or in pain. So their core desire is just to be satisfied and content and have their needs fulfilled. All right, type 8, the challengers. Their core fear is to be harmed or controlled by others. So their core desire is to be in control of themselves and protect themselves and others. All right, our last type 9s, the peacemakers. Their core fear is of loss or separation or disconnection. So their core desire is actually to have stability, inner and outer stability, and peace of mind. All right, so those are the 9 Enneagram types. Now keep in mind, this was a very brief overview. These types are so much more complex than what I can explain in this intro video. So if you are interested in learning more, I have a lot of resources for you. First off, I do have a Patreon where I'm going to be posting extended cuts of my videos. I'll also post additional music and Enneagram related content, so be sure to check me out there. The link is in my description. Please check it out. It helps me a lot. I also have a podcast with my best friend. It's called Enneagram Non-Experts, and we dive into so many topics about the Enneagram. As mentioned, I'm also a life coach, so if you want to dive into your type specifically, hit me up. And finally, I'm including some resources in my description of other articles and websites where you can learn more about the Enneagram. I also will include an Enneagram test in the description, but keep in mind these tests are not super accurate just because they are behavior focused, and like we talked about, the Enneagram is more motivation focused. So if you do take a test, just make sure to look at your top 3 test results and then go read about them on your own to figure out what type you really are. Okay, so I promised you I would talk about this brand new series I'm doing, and we are finally here to talk about it. Now that you know about the Enneagram, I'm so excited to tell you about this brand new series, which mixes my 2 favorite things in the world: music and the Enneagram. So I will be doing a cover dedicated to each type on the Enneagram. But wait, there's more. I am going to be covering a specific artist's discography. So I will be covering songs for each of the 9 types from one artist. And when I'm done with that, I will move on to another artist, and so on and so forth. So which artist am I starting with? Well, none other than the legend herself, the queen of pop, Miss Taylor Swift. I hope you're as excited as I am for this. Each video will be first half cover, second half explanation of that Enneagram type, and explanation of why I chose that song for that type. I am so excited to show you guys this series and that you're along for the ride. So I will see you next week with my first video for type 1s. By the way, I am a type 1, so this is very special to me. I will see you all then. I can't wait, and I love you.